We are back. That's right, we are back to Football 101. I'm your host, The Beetle. That's right, The Beetle, former football player, high school, college, way back when. Senior high school. Let's give it a shout out to Senior Ohio. Yeah, I was a defensive back, wide receiver. Back in the day, 74, 75, yes, old school, and a walk-on scout team player for the Miami University, Ohio Redhawks back in the day, 79 and 80. That's right, being the littlest guy on the field, but bringing the pain. That's right, I'm your host. I don't know, I kind of lose myself. This time, this show is all about, guess what? This show is all about the Dolphins. Yes, this is what I wear every show, but this truly is the show of the century. Not the show of the century, but a breakdown of the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to be, I'm not going to be objective. What was I thinking about? I'm not going to be objective. You know it. The Beatles not going to be objective in this analysis. No, I'm not. I do have a bias. Hello. Yes, and let me just say this: the Dolphins will be in the playoffs. They're gonna go deep. They may go to the Super Bowl. I'm getting everything out right now. Oh my gosh. Yes. Man, that just came out of left field. But let me give a shout out to the Miami Dolphins organization for breaking down the team. A special shout out to Dan Labard and his podcast show and the All Dolphins podcast. All Dolphins podcast with Alan Purport and Chris Perkins. Great job. Outstanding. I learned so much from y'all. Again, the All Dolphins podcast, Alan Purport and Chris Perkins, and the Dan Labard show. Let me get to really the essence of this, why I'm so hyped up about the Dolphins. And it revolves, and let me just say, again, I think Mike McDaniel, head coach in his third season, he's a different type of head coach. He's a cerebral head coach, but he's a former track star. Got the opportunity 3 years ago, and when you listen to Mike McDaniel, you will be pleasantly pleased that many of the guys just think he's a genius. He truly is a genius in his play calling, how he runs. And let me just say, when I saw him in training camp, getting the guys hyped up, he's actually running around in the drills and jawing with his players. He's like a kid in the candy store, and he's right into it. But when it's time to step up to the podium and do his thing as the head coach, he tells it like it is. He goes off script. He's not the planned type of coach, the regular coach speech that you get. He goes off script, and he's very cerebral, and I just always enjoyed. Once the first year I didn't know as much about him, but when I slowed down and listened to him and how he was putting his philosophy into this Miami Dolphins system and the entire organization, year 3, this guy, he's off the charts. I think he can handle a lot of adversity, and he went through a lot of adversity here, and just really trying to change the mind frame of the players to believe in themselves, being positive. And now, see, I'm getting to the key off-season, not off-season, but the preseason issue. He brings positivity to the main player on this team, and it still is 2A. 2A, the quarterback, just signed less than a week ago. I think it was a week and a half ago. A nice mega deal with the Miami Dolphins organization with a mega deal. to solidify him here for several years. So, and when I saw the interview, I'm going to get straight to this. Saw the interview with Dan Labard. Got to give much props when 2A sat down with Dan Labard and his crew, his crew of guys. 2A was much more relaxed, sincere, straightforward, and this is what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but what 2A said. This is 2A's what is it? His third year here. I want to get it right. Is 2A is fifth year? Well, yeah, it's fifth year. My bad. But he said the first couple of years, the first 2 years with the previous head coach, and it was really sad how he had lost confidence. He had lost confidence because his previous head coach did not support him whatsoever. His previous head coach, who's now the defensive coordinator with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not going to name him, but 2A didn't name him, but he said those 2 years when the previous head coach did not believe in him, really denigrated him, did not give him confidence at all. And he's a rookie coming from Alabama. And when your head coach does not support you, talks bad, just no leadership. And that just put more pressure. He admitted he put more pressure on himself. And then when he was let go, that previous head coach, and matter of fact, when he was let go, there was controversy about that. And then he went to Pittsburgh Steelers for a couple of years or something, maybe a year or so. And now he's the defense coordinator with the Vikings. Okay. But 2A said it was so refreshing when at that time new head coach came in, Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel just fed him nothing but positive sayings, positive words. Because Mike McDaniel knew how his psychic had declined and his belief in himself declined because of the previous head coach. So Mike McDaniel, here's the other thing. Mike McDaniel is such a philosopher, but he's a psychologist too. Every head coach is a psychologist, but he goes deep. I mean, he really goes deep in bringing his players on board to how the Dolphins' strategy is. And the Dolphins' strategy is nothing but about speed, attack, speed, attack, speed, attack. That's their philosophy. Speed, attack, speed, attack. And of course, I love the Dolphins because I go way back. You know me by now. I go way back. It's just not a new thing. I've been with the Dolphins since 1972. With my Dolphins. Undefeated Dolphins. With Bob Greasy. Jim Kick. Larry Zonka. Mercury Morris. Paul Warfield. No name defense. I go way Larry Little. Guard. I go way back. Nick Bonacotti. Defensive end. I go way back. Jake Scott. You didn't think I know that. Yeah. So I go way back with the Dolphins. My bad. But with the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel is creating a new type of fast offense. And I just really love the way he brings it around. 2A has come around. As a matter of fact, a little side note, 2A loves playing the guitar. He loves playing it. He said to relax, he loves playing the guitar. Yeah, and he just, no particular music in particular. He loves just developing a rhythm with the guitar and relaxing on his time off. But he just says there's a lot more chemistry on the team. A lot of the guys after practice they hang out. Him and super duper star and type A superstar, my boy, yes, my boy, Tyreek Hill, the Reek, still got it going on. He is so at the top of his game. What I really enjoy about Tyreek Hill, he's a small guy, but he has that fast twitch. And one of the things he says, what he's doing in training camp, now Tyreek Hill is an all-world wide receiver. This is his ninth year, ninth year out of West Alabama. Tyreek, and he was with the Kansas City Chiefs and all that, but he loves Miami. That's where his family is, and so. But what fires him up, and what he loves about, he's practicing his routes now, cause all that speed doesn't help you when you need to run your routes, when you need leverage, when you need to, and what are you talking about leverage? Lean into the DB, lean right, lean left, show them something, and then go the other way. The skill, the craft of running routes it still needs to be, as Tyreek Hill says, perfected. And so he loves, as a matter of fact, he said he loves going against the defense, and that's the reason why they picked up again. Why they? I'm going to get his name real fast. Yes, Jalen Ramsey. Just a couple of years, he says Jalen Ramsey, defensive back, all-world defensive back. Used to be Jacksonville Jaguars, and then he was with the Rams. Now he's with the Dolphins. He just supreme defensive back, and you can tell that again he's 6'1", 208, ninth year out of Florida State. Jalen Ramsey brings it every day, and that's what Tyreek Hill loves. He understands. He's able to get fired up and going against the number ones as well, and he's just learning his craft. And then hearing also superstar wide receiver Jalen Waddle. Jalen is much more relaxed in the press conference. He's cracking jokes. And he signed a new deal as well. Matter of fact, Tyreek Hill will be signing a new deal too. He wants to stay long term with the Dolphins. So they already hooked up Jalen Waddle. Waddle is he just keeps bringing. He says it is so he's just so into it. We got the team. And he said he just loves being with this team. And then they brought in all-world Odell Beckham Jr. And that was when that went around, Tyreek said, yeah, we needed him. Bring his knowledge. He said, I want to learn from him. And they just want to get him out on the field. They haven't really got him in on a regular basis yet, but they picked up all-world Odell Beckham Jr. Just bringing his knowledge there and bringing his skill level is very important. So you got supreme wide receivers, and let me just say a quick shout out to Devon Achane, running back. He was injured last year, but I've always felt that he was a superstar ready to burst out, and he seems much more confident, and he will admit, coming from Texas A&M, he admitted that the offense and learning the offense was difficult last year, and he was just getting up to speed to learn the offense, and then he got injured. So he's back in year 2, and he feels much more comfortable. Achane got super twitch speed, super fast, and that fits the profile of these Dolphins. And then they drafted another running back, which has received a lot of pub. I think they mentioned another running back, I'm missing his name at this point in time, but another running back that Achane said he's doing very well. Now the seasoned veteran running back Raheem Mostert, excellent veteran running back, came from the San Francisco 49ers, and he's a veteran. Man, he just says we got to put it all together. He has a chip on his shoulder. He said, I'm always underrated. But I really like what Raheem Mostert brings to this offense. He's in shape. He's a veteran. I mean, he's sharing knowledge with the rest of the running backs and the teammates. You can just tell the respect, the camaraderie that goes on, and they look up to Raheem, and Raheem is just saying, hey, I can run it in the middle, I can run it between the tackles, I can run it on the outside, and he's very dependable. And he fits this offense so well. And so I'm really liking the super powered, very motion driven, and you have to be involved with this type of offense. It's not plug and play. You have to be on track. Everything has to be calculated step by step. If it's out of whack, then it will show. If you're not up to speed, you just can't perform. And I think that's one of the reasons why Claypool didn't last. You got to do your homework in this offense. Now, I'm also, let me give a shout out to Lindy Sports. Yeah, Lindy Sports. They say the offensive line, the Dolphins lost Hunt because the Carolina Panthers paid money, but the Dolphins added former Titan Aaron Brewer, who could play center or guard, and maybe starting center if the Dolphins free agent Connor Williams doesn't progress. Isaiah Wynn was solid at left guard. Liam Ekberg and Robert Jones can also compete for play at guard. Miami drafted tackle Patrick Paul in the second round to develop him behind Armstead, and the team likes Kendall Lamb as a veteran reserve tackle. So again, they got some some challenges on their offensive line. Once they solidify that and protect Tua, that is the key. And also, let me just say, they're improving their defense dramatically as well. Let me give a shout out. I'm 17 minutes in. Their defensive line. Now they picked up. This is a Lindsay Sport, but they haven't picked it up in Lindsay Sport yet. But I'm going to mention it anyway. The Dolphins didn't find a high defensive tackle to replace yet, but yes, they did. In the offseason, they picked up Calais Campbell, superstar. Used to be with the Saints, then he was with the Falcons. Calais Campbell, superstar, defensive tackle. He brings the pain. So you bring in this veteran leadership on the defensive line, and what they say about Raheem Morris said about Calais Campbell, he's bringing that dog mentality. I love what they said. He said, you're bringing that dog mentality. And that's what a lot of the guys are just looking for. Get in the trenches and be physical. And that's what their defense needs to be. Very physical. They need to bulk it up. And Calais Campbell will bring in that bulk. The Dolphins, as with regards to your linebackers, the Dolphins' talented pass rushing tandem and outside linebacker have both been rehabbing. Jalen Phillips tore his Achilles, and Bradley Chudd tore an ACL, but they're back. So the Dolphins added veteran Shaquille Barrett from Tampa Bay, and then drafted Penn State's Chop Robinson in the first round, and Colorado State's. Now, Chop Robinson is very good. He's going to take him time. Again, it's going to take him time to get in this, but he's a high-quality athlete coming from college. But then in the secondary, they did have Xavier Howard, used to be Mr. Cover Corner. They let him go, but the team hopes 2023 second-round pick Cam Smith can develop into a contributor. And then Miami has talented Javon Holland back for his fourth season. And then they also picked up veteran safety Jordan Poyer from the Bills. And he teams up in the secondary with Jalen Ramsey. So again, when you have such superstars as that, they're going to be, they're really going to make an impact on this team. And let me just tell you what their season. Let me just say, with the secondary, the special teams kicker Jason Sanders is coming off his best season since 2020, making 24 out of 28 field goals. Braxton Burris is a short-handed punt returner. The intangibles: can the Dolphins win in cold weather when they escape the friendly confines of Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Beach? What is one of the best home field advantage in the early months with the heat and humidity in South Florida and the sun beaming down? Again, it's intense. It's super thick, and you got to get acclimated to that for a month or 2 or 3. But that's the reason why home field advantage is so important. So again, the Dolphins, that's the intangible. Can they win on the road? And will they win enough games to host playoff games and host a big game in the AFC? So again, here's their schedule. Starting off with Jacksonville. Here we go. Hosting Jacksonville. Hosting Buffalo. Going to Seattle. Hosting Tennessee. Going to New England. Going to Indy. Hosting Arizona. Going to Buffalo. Going to Rams. Hosting Vegas. Hosting New England. Going on the road to Green Bay. Hosting Jets. Going to Houston. Hosting San Fran. Going to Cleveland. And then going to New York. Oh my gosh. I have them at I'm changing on the spot. Yes, I have the Dolphins at 15-2. I told you when I reviewed it before, and then I said I have to double check live when I'm doing the show. I have the Dolphins going down with the record for 2024, 15-2. 15-2. You heard it first from the Beetle. Yes, and it's a it's kind of slanted. It's a biased pick. What can I say? Of course I'm gonna give them a renowned record. Home field. So yes, this was not objective. This was very subjective. I'm just being real. They're going to end up 15-2 and going deep into playoffs and hosting the AFC, hopefully hosting the AFC championship game. That's their hope. But they got to get off on a fast start. They know it. Coach McDaniel knows it. They brought in some guys with some dog mentality. That was the theme. That was the theme that I saw and I heard again and again and again in training camp and preseason. They're looking for guys that brings that dog mentality. And what they mean by that dog mentality, they want to get in your face. They want to fight and keep fighting. And they want to bring the pain. And they want to say, yeah, to everybody else, we're right in your face. We're not stepping back. And that's what I want to see from these Miami Dolphins. Taking no excuses. Taking no pain, no secondary. You gotta have that dog mentality. And that's what I'd like to hear. Coach McDaniel is preaching it. Coach McDaniel saying we haven't accomplished beyond playoff for over a number of years. I think he's doing this theme of 42 or something like that, 42 or 24. And he's such a psychologist. I think he's molding this team into the team he truly wants. It may be, I think it's right there, either this year, oh, there you go, either this year or next year. And I'm not making an excuse, but it takes time to mold a team, particularly when you're a different type of head coach. He's a different type of head coach, folks. We know it. Most of the media can't understand it, but when you slow down and see how he's putting things together, you gotta appreciate the uniqueness of his style. Because he's an athlete. He loves speed, but he realized now in the NFL, you need some physicality. You need some dogs. And again, you need guys that's just gonna be, fight to the end. It can't be all nice guys, pretty guys, and just run their routes and don't want to get dirty, don't want to get banged up. He wants guys that really gets physical each and every play and comes back. You may get burned, but do you come back with an attitude, with a chip on your shoulder? I got you. That's the players he's trying to mold into. Yeah, I'm getting there. So I'm hoping they get that dog mentality this year too, and bring it up to another level. But I do hear it's changing when Tyreek Hill is talking, when Jalen Waddle is talking, when Jalen Ramsey, what he brings to the table, and as well as Tua. I hear it. You can feel it. They love being around each other. They're building a much deeper bond, a new culture there. They try to bring in that championship culture, but one with the dog, with attitude, okay, and a new style to the NFL. And they realize, Mike McDaniel, you can be fast, but that doesn't mean nothing if you can't bring the attitude with it. So that's what I really get from these Miami Dolphins. And again, right up front, I'm picking them 15-2. There you go. I'm on record. That's what I'm doing. That's what the Beatles bringing. That's what my Dolphins are bringing to 2024. If you have any comments or questions, just send it to me, the Beatle, at Football 101. So I have them obviously been in the AFC East. So, and going deep into the playoffs. So there you go. That's the Miami Dolphins. This is Football 101. I am the Beatle, and I'm your host, and I'm going to keep on bringing it. And like I said, I'm telling it like it is, but this was a little bit subjective. Give me a little break, but that's how I see it. And let's do this.